evening, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to another show of ELEV8. Me and my boy CJ, we here. We ready to go live. And my boy's trying something new for the first time since this podcast has been aired. He is on a laptop. So if there's any type of lagging or technical difficulties, we want to apologize in advance. Look like we already have one, but all good. We always gonna figure it out and make it work. So with that being said, today's episode, we would like to talk about community and being active and involved in the community, and what does that look like? What does that mean? What does that represent? A lot of us, especially the younger generation, a lot of us do not really truly understand what it means to be active or to be involved within the community. A lot of us don't even know where to begin. And tonight, me and CJ, we would like to talk about that and maybe try to give some type of clarity or some type of understanding or whatever the case may be. He back in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
My phone, bro. Damn, man.
I told you before we started, I said, man, you may want to go ahead to the phone because the laptop was tripping a little bit.
Oh, wait, hold up. Okay.
Yeah, flip it that way.
Yeah. I ain't know that. Okay, that's
you had it like that the last time. It was perfect.
Okay, all right, bet. We up in here then.
Yeah, in your sound quality straight. So we good. I got your message.
MacBook.
Yeah,
what's up?
So I got your message, and I know you wanted to address something and talk about something. So I want to go ahead and take the time to do that before we actually get in the topic today. So I want to go ahead and let you address it and bring it, because I have some thoughts and comments on it as well.
My brother, my ice machine. Let me just get my ice. 5 seconds.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. Just 5 seconds. 5 seconds, bro. Let me go ahead. Hey, here we go. Hey, we back in business. That's Hollywood. That's Hollywood. We back in business. Hey, man, y'all know we start this thing lick out the two little joints. You know what I'm saying? How don't get that.
Right. Crown Apple, huh?
Hey, this is sponsored by Crown Apple. If y'all want to sponsor your boy, but anyway, let's get it. So practically, I don't know if anybody has seen. Hey, hold on. Hey, you got hit on one of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh my God, love that shit. All right. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about that whole Dave Chappelle incident. I didn't want to speak too long on it because we on something else today, but
it needs to be addressed, though. You right?
Yeah, it definitely needs to be addressed, right? So what did I say? What, maybe 3 streams ago when we was on? Hell, maybe about a month, maybe 4 streams ago when everybody was on the Jada and Will Smith conversation. I was saying like, hey, like you just opened the floodgates. Now people gonna be roasting you. Like now it's really not gonna stop. Now you done started a wave. Now let me be clear. This is not the first time somebody done ran up on a comedian. I guarantee you this ain't the first time. Probably won't be the last time. But people used to just be hecklers. You know what I'm saying? They used to stay in their seat, be like, this, that, and the third, which I mean that's still kind of whack anyway, but at least you ain't gonna disrespect the man and slap him in the face or whatever. But anyway, I digress. Dave Chappelle was practically on the show. He said a transgender joke. At this point, I don't know how many transgender jokes this man done made in his career. Hell, he been making them probably since the Chappelle show. But anyway, so an audience member decides to go up there and decides to spear him, tackle him. You can tell that that person, I'm gonna refer as that person because for those that don't know, I just got my Facebook back not too long ago. I ain't trying to go back. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that person decided to try to spear Dave or tackle him or what. That shit was weak. You can tell, brother, homeboy ain't played no football. He ain't have no technique. Hell, he tackling like he a Dallas Cowboy. Hurt my heart, but damn, he out here and Dave Chappelle still sitting on, you know what I'm saying? And I guess I don't know what, because he did his tackle attempt, or that person did, their tackle attempt, and then they just left. And you see 5 or 6 niggas, they roll him, and he ends up, that person ends up, and I'm saying that person because that person identifies themselves as a trans man, or that was a transgender. So, anyway, guy gets stomped out. Ironically, like Jamie Foxx was there, and then Chris, I was about to say Chris Tucker, Chris Rock came in there. Was that Will Smith? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, now we all gonna have to watch that comedy tour, because he comparing his jokes. The price don't went up. But anyway, I brought that attention to be, to say this. And I mean, everybody is not gonna be a Chris Rock. And I guarantee, and that's what I didn't want to see. I didn't want to see, because you get offended now you feel like you can hit somebody. For those that was riding and doing all that, just don't show up to a comedy club, because I guarantee you, if you want your man to go up there and try to slap the shit out of a comedian, if they security guards about shit, you gonna get stomped out like homeboy. Justin, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, for me personally, I think that the actions of the individual was unwanted to begin with, but you learned a lesson, and I think that was a message for not only that individual, but for other people that are thinking the same thing.
Hold on, time out. Just, I'm so sorry to interrupt. This is me. Got to be a dad. It's 7:00. I gotta feed my baby boy. I'm listening because baby girl over there asleep. So when she want to ask what I was doing, she can watch this damn screen and say, "Hey, while you was asleep, I had to stop doing what I was doing to feed my." It's all good. Go ahead. Go ahead. I got you. I already got the bottle ready.
Yeah, but in my opinion, I think that this is a lesson for other hecklers or other people that want to make a statement or get their name off the backs of comedians. And not only comedians, but entertainers alike. Whether you're a rapper, a musician, a band, whatever the case may be, you run up on that stage, you better be prepared for what's to come. Because I saw the pictures of the brother that, or the individual that got hands and feet put on them, and that knot was something serious, as well as that arm being twisted. And I love the fact that they, like Dave Chappelle, did not press charges, because in my opinion, I feel like the lesson has been learned. And at this point, those venues that they're working, in my opinion, it's like, okay, where is the security that's working those venues? Because you should be at that front, at that stage. So you see anybody making movement or see anybody about to come charge the stage that shouldn't be at that stage, they dealt with it. Now, luckily for the individual, you only got hands and feet put on you. Because anybody, it could have been a disaster, and it would have been justified, because being attacked.
You know what? And it's funny because he did this somewhere in Britain or the UK, and I know it's the UK because it was on Sky News, and I know Sky News is a UK London like thing. But I mean, hey, first off, shouts out to Dave's security team. So, because that, for one, Dave Chappelle's a GOAT. I don't care what nobody say. He ain't that funny. Yeah, all right. You know what I'm saying? But and just a quick praise on Dave Chappelle. His storytelling is, you ask me, that gotta be one of the greatest comedians that'll make you laugh and that can tell a good story. Like he's on like that, I mean, Bill Cosby did an excellent job too, especially with that all the swearing, and that just made him more great. But anyway, just to bring it back, that was a message. You know what I'm saying? We're not everybody. That's what I was saying. Last stream, I said, hey, everybody not gonna be Chris Rock shit. You know what? You do that on the 85 show. People that don't know, it's 85 show. That's DC Young Fly, that's Carlos, and that's Chico Bean. Awesome Atlanta hood niggas from Wildin' Out. You try that there, hell, you might catch a bullet in your ass. You walk up there. So let that be a lesson. If you cannot handle jokes, don't pull up to the
Right.
don't. Just don't.
Now, and my other thoughts on that too is, you know, people got to realize and understand that the Chris Rock and Will Smith situation, you're talking about two big name, two upper echelon as far as the entertainment world is concerned. So who's gonna try to stop Will Smith? You know what I'm saying? But if you're a no name and you trying to think like you a Will Smith, you gonna walk on somebody's stage. There's consequences for that, and you better make sure you willing to deal with those consequences, because it's gonna happen. This won't be the last time that this happens. But I hope that for the comedians and for the entertainers, for their peace of mind, I'm not even gonna say their safety, but for their peace of mind, I hope that this message was heard and seen, because the next one may not be so lucky to just get a hospital ride. The next one may actually have to recover a bullet out of your body. So,
well said.
You know, you gotta be aware of your surroundings, but at the same time, you gotta know that there's consequences for every action. So if you want to take that stance, if you can't reach out via Twitter or Instagram or Facebook to get your message across, then maybe your message ain't that damn important. Let's just be honest. So that's my thoughts.
Well, that's all I had to say about it. We can jump on to the next topic, but before we do that, who's in the chat right now?
Right now, we don't have nobody in the chat. I see we got viewers, but we don't have anybody in the chat.
Hey, is Ben watching?
I'm pretty sure he is. He usually does. If he's not, then he'll go back and replay it for sure.
Hey, Ben, I'm the first person on BS3 to feed they baby while streaming. And this ain't was the first time. It's like the third time I done did this. Hey, so, hey, I'll be doing my deal. I'm just there in third, but I am a father. I be handling business. Hey, I get a little lit. You see I got my drink right there, but I put that away for the bottle. Come on, man. Responsibilities. Holla at your boy.
That means your priorities are in the right place.
Right.
That's number one, is being a father, is your priorities have to be in the right place. Right. But no, I want you to present the topic, since you're the one that hit me up on it.
Exactly.
I agree with you.
All right, bet. So today's topic is about community, you know, and specifically in your community, not Justin's community, not my community, but the people that's watching. Like, what are y'all doing to get involved in your communities? And the reason why I want to go over this topic was because I was thinking about the presidential election, and I was thinking about how when you vote in them kiosks from wherever you from, and that's crazy because I'm from Lancaster, but I live in DeSoto, and I went to Duncanville to vote. And before you even get to the president, before you even get to the big names, you go through people in your local counties. Like, you go through like 30, 40 people I've never even heard of. And I'm like, wait. Hey, so and last time, like not last year, no, 2020. So 2 years ago was the first time I ever voted. You know what I'm saying? And I thought I was just going to be on the kiosk, and I thought I was just going to see President Joe Biden or Donald Trump, and I was going to leave. I said, shit, they asked me a questionnaire and shit. I was like, man,
he was walking through to check one box and be done.
Right. So, you know, so anyway, you know, so I'm like, damn. And I'm thinking about all the people that were, I'm thinking about all the people that was, you know, quote unquote, that I didn't know. Like, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know. So I was like, you know, these are people in my community. Like, they was asking, like, who do you want to be your district, like district such and such councilman, district. I'm like, I don't know. And then it hit me. And I think I made a post, which I'll try to share. I'll try to put in the group chat. But I was like, yo, changes start within your own community. before you even get up there.
Yeah.
So, you know, and you have a quote unquote, a lot of quote unquote OGs and people that's been in the same neighborhood for years, and they always gripe and complain, oh, they ain't gonna never fix that road. I know in Lancaster, if you're from Lancaster, which I don't know who in the chat Lancaster, but Houston School Road been messed up. Hey, Houston School Road been fucked up since I was in second grade.
But they got a bunch of like 18-wheelers that go down that road.
Well,
it's still
hey, Houston School Road. It's hell. Some parts on Beltline Road. Now I'm getting a little more in the DFW area, but like Beltline, Lancaster Road, Houston School Road, them roads, been messed up for years. You got all these OGs. Oh man, well, it's just, hey, why don't you do something about it? You don't like how the police is running in your area? You can do something about it. So that just begged the question. Hold on, y'all. He might get the crown because he's looking for that bottle. Okay, you ain't going, Houston School Road. Hey, you for real? Hey, Ms. Walker, for real. I'm trying to tell you, I've been there my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I grew up a little bit in South Dallas, but Lancaster's. Hey, I claim that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I know, baby boy. I know. Oh, look at that. He done burp, done got something now. That's good. But anyway, you can make changes in your district. You can make changes. And I want to see what's, I want to get in depth of just maybe like what are people doing or what people can do. And then also another question I wanted to ask, some people don't care about their community. I'll keep it 100. I didn't really start caring because I'm like, shit, like, hell, like, you ain't do nothing for me. So as a matter of fact, that's another question I want to ask. Why should people care about doing things for their community? Because hell, do you not know some people hell, you left Garland, you up in you on 40, right? I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, yeah, you in Roy City. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they move and they don't never look back on where they came from.
Yeah.
So why should people care? What can people do? Like, let's talk about more community engagement. And then we can even bring that up as far as, talk community engagement, and that helps our politics as well. And that's another thing I thought about. Politics only, and I told Justin this, and people from Dallas, y'all gotta let me know. When Barack Obama, like how many times Barack Obama has been to Dallas, Texas specifically? If I remember, he only came twice. He came once in like 2007 when he was campaigning, and he came again in 2000. He was over in 2016. So like in 2015 in Dallas, they had the shooting, and he came down for that. He did his presidential duties, and then that was it. That's what I said. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, it has to be more community engagement. And you look how these politicians, they're gonna go down to these local communities. They're gonna try to get your vote and after that, that's it. That's all they use you for. They get you riled up to think about the president. They're not getting you riled up to think about your local councilman, your district judge. So, we need to talk about more about community engagement and how people can, just get their knowledge of. Justin, go ahead. I'm putting my son back, but go ahead.
No, you good. So really, I mean, you brought up great points, and they're all valid, great points. As far as people caring about your community and why you should care is because your community represents you. That's a place you lay your head. That's a place you have your family, your friends. That's the place that has the biggest impact on you as far as your life is concerned. Your living arrangement or your day-to-day living environment has a major impact on you, no matter what race, what creed, what color, what religion you from. That has an impact on you. So that's one of the main reasons you should care about your community. Number two is as far as, people really not caring is because of the education ain't there. We don't know. We don't know. Like you said, your first time voting 2022 or 2020, right?
Yeah, it's 2020. Yep.
Yeah, you didn't know what you were walking into. Nobody sat down with you and said, "Hey, CJ, this is what they're going to be asking. or this is what to look for, or this is who you should vote for, blah, blah, blah. You're not thinking about that. And honestly, I'll keep it all the way real with you. I didn't really start thinking about that until later in life when I started having kids myself. So you're talking about what, 26, 27, when I really started thinking like, oh man, wait a minute, this is going to impact my children, or this is going to impact, their way of life or their way of living and impact the community. And I love the point that you brought up about people leaving their communities and not doing anything about it. Like, yeah, you may not be able to vote in that district or have a say-so within the community as far as voting rights are concerned or your vote, but you're still able to have an impact in that community by investing in that community, going to city councilmen. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was going to say, when you vote, and that's something I want to ask everybody. It was a general question, but you can answer it too.
Yeah.
When you vote, do you, unless you traveled a great amount of, like if you was from Houston, you came to Dallas and vice versa, do you go back? So for you, would you go back to Garland? Like for me, I would want to go back in Lancaster to vote at their kiosks versus voting in a different district. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I was going to ask you, but do you vote in, when you do, if you still do, I don't know.
Yeah,
but do you, okay, bet. Okay, so do you
do
it?
I don't.
Go to Garland? So you don't go to Garland?
I can't because I'm no longer in that county. I'm no longer in that district, so I can't vote there. I'm in Hunt County now, so I have to vote out here. And I have to, yeah, that's law. That's law.
So you have to vote in the county that wherever you currently reside at?
Your county and your district, yep.
Well, that makes, well, shit, yeah. Because technically,
so that's why you're voting out there instead of going back to Lancaster to vote. So to me, that's why it's super, super important that we educate ourselves on who's the politicians out here. Like when I moved to Roy City, that was like one of the first things I did. Let me look up the city council. Let me see who's running things. Let me see who the mayor is. Let me see who the chief police and everything like that. You want to be able to get to know your community so your voice is heard. Because that's why when you think of like, well, like I said, when Obama came here, it was like, it's Dallas. It's a Republican state. It's a Republican city. He's not necessarily, he's not really too concerned about, like really too concerned about Dallas and Dallas politics because he has a whole nation to run. So with that being said, he can't come in and be like, I want to make sure Dallas is okay, blah, blah, blah. Like, no.
I wish people would know that when they're doing voting for a president. You think Joe Biden give a fuck about what's going on in South Dallas and Garland, and he probably don't even know.
Prime example of it was when you had Trump in office and everybody was ranting and raving about the violence in Chicago, and Chicago is murder capital of the world. The violence is just way out of control. The thing about that was, Trump spoke on it, but was there any actions really taken? And for the people, like the person I would love to have that conversation with or love to hear his thoughts on is A-Trap that lives in Chicago.
I was just thinking about that. I was just thinking about A-Trap. Yeah,
and he just gave us a shout out too. Yeah, he's on, but he's not hosting, so he wanted to show some love, which is what's up. Good to always hear from you.
Hey, always good.
Yeah,
good,
always.
Good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One of the guys I look up to and love to hear from and take advice from. But if you look at that situation and the national media attention that Chicago got, and you got to ask yourself, well, what's going on? What's going on with the government? What's going on with the politicians in Chicago? And like you said, they'll show up to your hoods to get your vote. They go to church one Sunday to get your vote, but then they're out. But the thing is this, they know they're not dumb. They know and understand that most of us, and when I say most of us meaning Black and brown community, We don't know how to get in contact with them. We don't know how to go to the to the councilman on our behalf to represent what's going on in our community. We don't know how to approach that the correct way to be like, yo, we need some help down here. We need this situation handled to fix. So they rely on that, to be quite honest with you. They rely on your vote. Yeah, great. Thank you. Thank you for your support. But nothing's going to change in your community because it's not enough of y'all making enough noise to really bring on that change, if that makes sense.
Justin, and here's something I also thought about, and this is when I, talking about as far as politicians or just people in power, they want to take from your community, but they're not giving back. You want to know what's a good prime example? I remember this. Was it last? It had to have been last year because I was still, last year. Y'all remember when it was snowing like a motherfucker? It was shit. I was like, nigga, where we at? Shit, bro, this Alaska? Hey, we in Iceland. I said, oh my goodness. Hey, I risked it all for some damn Chicken Express, dog. My wheels spinning on the hill. I wait, right? But check this out, though. No, right? That big mega church that is on 20, that is you should know what I'm talking. I don't know what it's called.
Is it so mega churches is Porterhouse?
It's part of I think that's what it is.
Okay.
None of those was open during that time. None of the mega churches. It was the small community churches that was open, but these mega churches, they plop. You know what I'm saying?
The church was full gospel.
The church was full of bullshit that day because they wasn't. They didn't know like on some real stuff. None of the mega churches was open. And I'm really trying to think. None of them was open, and you're thinking, you know what? And that's so funny. The politicians, I'm dead too. The politicians, they really great listening to my councilman on Facebook. That's great. Keisha Walker, that's fast.
Yeah, we gotta use social media platforms as well to connect with them. And when you do that, because I just added some from Garland on Facebook, but they know I don't live there, but my parents are still there. So of course I'm gonna make sure, like, yo, I'm gonna hold y'all asses accountable because I need to make sure that they straight. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but I just brought out that situation to say, look how much they ask for donations. Look how much when their favorite presidential candidate or whoever, they're like, hey, we got to get behind this brother. Look at all this they want from the community in a place of worship. At that, I don't go to church I don't.
I want to say this because that in itself is a topic that I'm
okay. You know what? Okay, you know what? I won't even say nothing.
No. You need to because it ties into community and it's perfect.
So you know what? I won't go too hard on the church deal, but that was one of them things I was like, so y'all all for this community, y'all for the community of Dallas, TDJ. By the way, TDJ ain't even from us. TDJ from goddamn West Virginia or some shit. But I'm just saying, you see how they come from the community, they take what's ours, and then when you need them the most,
they doing what they do.
They sipping. I attended iPod in the church. Was it open for real? Hey, if it was, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, no, if it was, good for them. Not every mega church was open, Miss Walker. That was in Dallas, Texas. Not every one of them. With all, it was more community churches that was open. Not, I'm trying to think. You know what? I don't think Porterhouse was open. If it was open, it was open on that last day. Hell, when the road started clearing up and everything. So that's what I'm like. That's all I was saying. I'm not. This ain't about the church, and I'll get off the topic because we can say that. But I'm just saying that was just one example of how they come to your community. They want you to, they want you to do all this, that, and the third. But when you need them the most, they vanish. That's why I keep preaching. Like, you got to know what's going on. What's up? He in his room. But that's Discord. This StreamYard, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, this StreamYard, Diego Chang. But yeah, you understand what I'm trying to say, bro? Hey, as long as you understand what I'm saying, Ms. Walker, we Gucci. Hey, we kosher. But anyway, but what I was gonna ask you was, what can people do to get more involved with their community? People that actually want to make a change and actually want to make a difference. Like, what can they do?
Well, I mean, I can't let the church thing slip by, because that ties into community. And I honestly, I agree with you, because I'll say this: within my mother's neighborhood alone, I guarantee you.
Just last thing I'm saying, I'm gonna shut up. Are we gonna talk about this another day, or this?
No, we can address it. We can address it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say Hey, I had a whole spiel about that. I was like, what the hell? Y'all ain't gonna be open there. What, when we need y'all for real? Talking about some God's blessing. Yeah, all they gonna do is wish you a God's blessing. They ain't gonna put. But we'll say that for another day. We'll say that for another day. We'll say that for another day.
You're not speaking as far as, and I'm at this point, I'm talking to Miss Walker. We're not speaking in regards to every church. It's not every church that we're.
No, absolutely not.
And I know how this comes off. It's going to come off as if we're attacking the church, and that's not the case.
No,
but you have churches, you have people within those communities that are, when I think of churches and I think of pastors, I think of community leaders. I think men of God. I think of people that want to help their community and give back to their community. Now, I can only speak for my community that I do a lot of work in and that I try to reach out and give back to, and I try to make sure that that community's straight. Now, within my mother's neighborhood, which is the community that I reside from, I know at least in walking distance, at least 6 churches that I could legit walk to from my mother's house. And I do not see them being involved within the community. Now, I'm not saying that they don't look out for their members. I'm not saying they don't take care of congregation.
For their members, their congregation.
Exactly. When you're in the community, I don't care if I attend your church or not. I don't care if I'm, whatever. And I always put that on people like, okay, was Jesus saying, hey, you believe in me? Well, you don't, then I ain't blessing you. Or you believe in me? Well, if you don't, I ain't healing you. Jesus wasn't saying that. Your Bible tells you that. Your Bible lets you see that God is a loving God and a forgiving God. So at the end of the day, my gripe is, and my bone to pick is, especially for me, because it's personal. I've reached out to churches with my nonprofit organization to get their youth out, to bring them to the kickball game, prime example. And I still haven't stopped. I still make sure that each church has a flyer. I still make sure that I reach out to each one of those pastors, whether it's email, whether it's a phone call. I'm reaching out. I want to invite you in your congregation now.
Justin, hey, Justin, let's pause on the church/community and what they do, because we got a lot of godly people.
That's fine.
We in the BS3 network. So we should have somebody that's real involved with the church, because I don't see a lot of accountability when it comes to churches in their community. What's that show they had on TLC? And then I swear I'm gonna hop off this topic, but they had the pastor lifestyle. Pastor was living in a damn mansion. I was like, what the? know, and Miss Walker can DM me, but I thought I heard.
No, Miss Walker, fine. She just wrote, "Gentlemen, please say."
No, that's cool. Hey,
and I can. And Miss Walker, I definitely appreciate that because
Justin, we gotta talk about this another day, and we gotta talk about this another day.
No, you can't. It ties in hand in hand.
It ties.
This is the thing, and I would love to have Miss Walker on as a guest. Miss Walker, if you are available next week, please reach out to me, DM me, whatever you need to do. Reach out to me so I can make sure to get you on next week. Because
what happened to Pastor Ricky G. Rush? Because I heard some stuff about him. I ain't gonna.
I don't
never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. So one thing about me,
go ahead.
One thing about me when it comes to churches and when it comes to pastors, number one, you get my utmost right respect because I believe that you're a man of God. You mean well until you show me differently.
Okay,
so
there we go.
With that being said, with that being said, in my opinion, I don't like to gossip about, their shortcomings. Because at the end of the day, they still human.
Know what? That's facts. Right.
That are gonna make mistakes. But my question, my only thing is this: just like what I said about Chris Rock and just like what I said about Will Smith, you're held to a higher standard. So the way you present yourself, the way you go about doing things, the way you are in public, you have to be willing to hold yourself at a higher standard. One thing about me is I'm not going to go around a bunch of teenagers and stoop to their level. I'm going to try to make you rise and elevate like I threw that in. I'm going to challenge you to rise and elevate to my level because it gives you an opportunity to use your brain and work your brain and to learn something new. So I'm not opposed to a conversation with anyone because I'm never afraid to learn something new.
To a conversation with anybody, but I'm just saying this, and this is my only thing when it comes to pastors. Please call me Keisha, Pimp, whatever Costa.
Whatever.
I'm gonna call you Play. I'm gonna call you Player Walker. But on a serious note, my only gripe with pastors and just ties in with the community. Some, not all. Some. I just look. I do not mind mega churches. I have if you're a mega church, that's big. That's big, but hell, you got some Joel Osteen.
Oh, Joel.
I got ties. I got ties in Houston. My mama from Third Ward out there. Sunnyside. Don't play me. I got an original DJ Screw tape that's worth like 10,000. Don't play me. But I'm just saying, my issues is when the community really needs you, are you there? Like when Dallas needed some churches open for less fortunate. What are you doing for less fortunate? What are you doing for homeless people? What are you doing for now? Listen, I'm not saying y'all gotta solve every problem. I did not say exactly, because you can't solve every problem. But what I'm saying is, you have some pastors, you have people, and I'm gonna kind of dive off the church train because I thought that would be a great conversation within itself. But you have some people, some politicians that are in power. They like they take what they want from the community. They get your vote, they get your money, they get your time, they get your attention. But when you need them most, they're gone. They're already to the next state. They're going somewhere else. That's why I'm saying people need to focus more on the people that are going to be put in office in your community for years. And when I mean years, I know for a community setting, people be on like boards and districts for about like maybe 2-3 years. But still, just to get involved in community, those are people you need to be celebrating. Not these people that they ain't gonna come to Dallas. They're gonna come to Garland one time. They're gonna come to Langston. So they're gonna come one time so they can get your vote and then they're gone. That's something that's never going to sit right with me. I don't care if you Barack, I don't care if you know, now I'm sorry, for the president, I expect, like, you're more of a national, like, you're national. So of course I don't expect you to give two fucks about what's going on in our thing. But for these people that are like, they're constantly, and that's something I don't like. You're constantly taking stuff away from from our community. You're not fixing roads with our tax money. You're not building new schools with our tax money. You're not, unless there's something in there for you. I say schools because schools attract money. Schools attract all these, so, all these mom and pop shops. You're not supporting them. You're not doing your part. So that's why I'm saying the community, people have to do more. All this, and that's why I'm saying with the presidential election, well, it's a campaign. It's almost like a rap tour. You're trying to get tickets. You're doing all this, that, and the third. And when they get the vote, you're never going to hear from them again. You're never going to hear from these people again. That's why I say it matters. What are you doing individually in your community? Me personally, my biggest thing is about the police. I hate how police be treating brothers. I hate that shit. That shit make me like cringy. I'll be like, I'll be real tight about that. I be, but
not to cut you off here, CJ.
Go ahead, do that. Go ahead.
I think Mika just hit it dead on, man. It starts at home. That's why all voting matters. And what I want to say to that is, just like what I told you, when you got the flyer for the Juneteenth event in Garland, you said, "Big bro, I'm gonna be there for sure," and I appreciate that, and I love what you're doing. And then when I sent you the kickball, I'm gonna be there for sure. I can't wait. I love what you're doing. It's that type of stuff. And CJ, you're still at that age where you're young enough where you can take the same ideas, the same things that I'm doing, and I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna help you with whatever you need. So take those same ideas. It ain't no biting. It ain't no, y'all trying to do what we doing. Hell no. What I tell you, my next goal is to do a basketball game, and I want you to bring some cats from Lancaster, DeSoto, Duncanville, wherever. Bring them on out, and I'll make sure I get the gym rented for us. And we just, you know what I'm saying? That's fellowshipping. And that's how you build a community where you can talk to individuals and say, yo, this ain't just about coming out here just to kick it. We got to talk business too. We got to talk about, yo, you don't like what's going on with the police? Guess what? Let's get the police chief out here. Guess what? Let's get the city councilmen out here. Guess what? Let's reach out and try to get the mayor out here. I did a rally in Garland. Well, and I hate saying me because it ain't just me, but my nonprofit, we did a rally in Garland when they had a little bit of violence going on, where it was, kids killing each other, kids killing kids over stupid stuff, over comments, over Instagram, like stupid stuff. We did a Stop the Violence rally. And when I tell you I got in there and I was so heated, I was so mad with these quote unquote OGs of the neighborhood.
These quote unquote OGs of the hood.
You can't. And my biggest advice to young adults, to kids, whatever, my biggest advice to them when they come to me and say that, oh, well, my OG, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, what can your OG teach you? Your OG ain't been out the hood. Your OG ain't never had no life experience. Your OG still at home with his mama.
Hold on, Justin, for the people that don't know, hey, what's your definition of an OG? I'll tell you mine, but you can go first. You know what? No, it's okay. I'll go first. My definition, when people be like, who your OG? For one, I always tell my mama. My mama, my OG. But on some real talk, whoever that's provided for you, whoever that not just provides for you financially, put clothes on your back, but whoever puts you on an elevated way of thinking, that's an OG. And of course, an OG handle his or her own business. Like they own, like they hone their own stuff. They that they're that they can do the stuff in their house and they don't need no assistance, that they, they got it. That's an OG to me. These kids OGs is a bunch of bums, niggas that be flashing guns and all that ain't no OG. That OG stay with his mama. I don't know no OG stay with their mama. You know what I'm saying? Justin, you're an OG because you're putting people up on game. You got your own stuff and you handling your business. That's an OG. But go ahead, Justin. What's your definition of an OG?
I mean, you just hit it perfectly. Like, if they're not, I always tell people this: if you're around people that's not helping you grow or helping you master something,
right?
What are you doing? Like,
right.
The beauty of it is, in I always had this like growing up because all my friends would be like, "Damn, y'all, you and your family, like y'all so tight." But my family, we push each other, we uplift each other. There's never like, oh, we talking down on you or talking bad about you. Nah, hold on. I see something that you could do that's gonna help you, or I see an opportunity that'll benefit you. So that's the ones that when I say, like, when I think of my OGs, I'm really thinking of like, yo, the people that I knew that were at Lou Huff Recreation Center with me that, hey, let me make sure these boys got shoes. Let me make sure these boys got some clean uniforms. Like, I want to make sure they up. Like, yeah, a lot of them, the money may have been from illegal activities, but they had the notion of, we're going to keep you away or keep y'all away from this. Y'all don't need no parts of this, but we're going to make sure y'all good. And that was a thing. I had a community of people that would be like, you going to school, right? You good? You need something? You on that bus, right? You good? Like, making sure you got there. Making sure when you came through I said this before, but like, that's what a lot of these young quote unquote thugs or gangsters, whatever they want to call themselves, that's what they missing, the respect level. Man, when I was young, I remember like if it was somebody mama walking the neighborhood, hey, put that blunt away. Hey, put the drink down. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was that respect because it's no price to that. It's just knowing what it is, because you see it all the time on social media where somebody mouthy popping off, blah 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 blah. They don't care about their surroundings. They don't.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm sorry. With that being said, Justin, Ben, is he watching this now, or is he not watching it yet? Hold on.
I don't know. I don't think so. But we got some comments. Keep going though. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna hit you up, Ms. Walker. Don't even.
Hold on. I'm gonna clip this. I'm gonna make sure the time right. I'm gonna clip this. Ben, I didn't know your parents was on the group chat when I was talking foul, man. My bad, dog. I ain't know. Ben, I didn't. Ben, if I wouldn't know your mom and dad was that, man, I would have said my bad. You know what I'm saying? My bad. Hey, Ben, I apologize. You know that ain't me, dog. You know come on, man. You know we right. Hey, you know I get fly in the mouth, but when it come to your people, I'm a yes, ma'am, no, sir type of, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, man. Hey, my bad. I'm tweaking, but I'm a clip this. I'm sending that to him, but my bad. Ben, you should told me your people was in there, dog. My bad, man. My bad, dog. But
and not to cut you off, I love what Alicia just said.
Yeah, let me see.
My OGs add value to my life. If you don't,
facts.
It's nothing really. Like, I always looked at it as, if I, like, as much as we love our kids, as much as we love our boys, CJ, like our boys, like, you got to look at it this way. When they grow up, when they start having their little partners around, or they start, dealing with their little partners, as much love and influence you have on your son, you're going to have to learn this as a man. You take on his friends as well. You're responsible and you have an impact on his friends also. Right. So when your son carrying himself like, yo, my daddy taught me this, or my daddy do this, guess what? His little partners that want to be around him, they're going to want to pick up those same mannerisms that you have. They may not have a father around. They may not have an OG around. So it's up to us. And that was one of the main things that got me so involved within Garland was, man, look, nobody taught me this stuff. But I need to make sure that, with my parents being older and with me having as much love as I do for my community, well, what are you doing to give back? It ain't got to be all financial. You can give back by being that voice, by saying, look, I'm finna go out here and talk to the councilman, or I'm finna go out here and talk to the mayor. Hey, we're going to do a kickball game. Y'all cool with that? Can y'all make sure that we get the park for free? Can you make sure that we get the gym for free? This is stuff that communities do. And the city told me straight up, hey, you have a nonprofit, long as your paperwork is up to date, everything's fine. I love what y'all doing. I love the fact that you're actually reaching back to the community. Don't worry about paying no fees. Don't worry about paying no type of dues for any type of rentals within the park and recreations department.
Time out, Justin. So does the kickball game, talk a little bit about the kickball game. Does it start look, because I just thought about it. I got drill next weekend, but
Okay.
I will show, no, look, but I am going to show up. But so does it start at 6:15, 6:45 or
6:30? I did it 2-part, right? So
right.
I did it as a meet and greet because I want people to come out and meet the nonprofit, to meet the board members, to actually see who's out here trying to make a difference in your community.
Right.
So with that being said, I mean, we got the feel from 6 to 9. So, and I'm gonna be real.
Really from 6 to 10? Really from 6 to 10?
There you go, right? Because I'm gonna be
I'm
real.
there. I'm there.
Hey. We out there until them lights turn off. I'll put it to you that way.
Hey,
And we done it every time, and it ain't been no issue. But for me, as far as a nonprofit, like we're ramping up to get more active because now that everybody's calmed down with COVID and everything, it's time for us as a community to start stepping up. And I look at it this way: if I can get a young man or a young woman to see us putting that type of work in, I hope that it inspires them to start even earlier. I'm hoping somebody comes to me when I'm 40 years old and say, hey, Justin, I want to take over y'all nonprofit. I want to start doing this ourselves. Have at it. I'm going to help you as much as I can. I'm going to try to coach and guide you. But whatever, in my opinion, whatever your purpose is or whatever your desire is, let's try to make that a reality. But you have to keep it within reason. So just like, with the Juneteenth event, man, me and my partner Mun, we've been doing that for the past 3 years ourselves, raising money, coming out of pocket. Part of the reason I got a problem with churches is because I went to churches and I was asking pastors, and I was asking assistant pastors, I was asking deacon boards, usher boards, everything.
And what they tell you, Justin? Justin, what they tell you, dog? What they tell you?
We're going to get back to you. Oh, we're going to look into it. Oh, that's a great idea. We're going to look into it. Did anybody get back to me? Only, and hold on, because I have to say this.
Okay, go ahead.
One church in my mother's neighborhood, and I ain't even attend church there. I never went to church there. It was off of Kaiser Street, which is, once again, walking distance from my mom's neighborhood. That pastor introduced me to the brother over the deacon board. That introduced me to the youth pastor that said, hey, I love what you're doing. I love what y'all got going. They helped us as far as, hey, use the facility because they have like I guess you could call it like a cafeteria. And we took the kids to a Rangers game. And it ain't too many black kids that's from our areas that been to Rangers game, right?
That's been the Arlington shit.
Thank you. So they allowed us to use their cafeteria. They helped us feed the kids, and they also helped us as far as getting t-shirts for the kids so we could keep up with the kids. But I have to shout them out because that's the one church that said, you know what? Hey, whatever we can do to support or however we can get involved, we want to partner with y'all. and I shout them out because it's another church. I ain't gonna even drop no names, but it's a big church. And for the people in Garland that know where my mama stay, it's a big church on a hill up on 66.
Look at that.
That is really almost like a mega church, but they ain't done nothing.
Hey, look at that church that's sitting on the hill watching y'all broadcast and struggle. They gonna come on Sunday. Do you not know how much a church make off a donation? Like on
offerings.
Offerings, donations, offerings, yeah.
Yeah, I know you know, Alicia. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Hey, y'all wanna hold on, man. It ain't nothing too much, cause I swear, hold on, man. No, cause cause I need to make sure, cause I want to get this right. How much does?
And you got to keep in mind, churches are nonprofits, so
exactly. So they keep,
they don't have taxes. So everything for them, I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. When I see people, especially elderly people at churches that are, when I see elderly people at churches that are struggling to keep their lights on, struggling to keep food in their house, but they're faithfully paying their tithes, faithfully paying offering, that irks me. Because I'm looking at it like, yo, who's really looking out here? Who's really over there talking to those individuals? Now, I will say this. Some churches do allow you to come to them if you got issues or problems, and they will help you out. But it's some of them that don't. And I think that should be something that is mandated. That's something that is demanded from not just us as a community, but from church members. You got to demand that. You got to make sure, hey, pastor, we a family, right? We a unit, right?
Right.
One teach one. So I need you to go and grab this person here, let them know what's going on, and make sure the church is contributing and helping out to that situation. Now, at one point, you have to realize and understand that it's a difference between being helped and it's a difference between being looked at as looking for handouts. So if you need to be helped, another example. Sorry to keep giving examples, but
no, you good. You go ahead.
We also do a back to school drive, right, in the community, and we hand out backpacks. It's a 2-day event. So that Saturday, we barbecue, we have a bounce house, we have volleyball net, whatever we can do, right? And we barbecue whatever we get. So hot dogs, burgers, whatever we can afford, that's what we barbecuing, right? And we are coming out and raising the money for the backpacks, for the school supplies. When I tell you, I saw so many kids up there that I never seen in the neighborhood before. And then also check this. We that next day, that Sunday, we pay the barbers a certain amount of money for them to cut hair for at least 2 hours, right?
Right.
And it's usually like 5 or 6 barbers there cutting hairs for 2 hours. I know a church that loaded up a van full of kids and brought those kids up there for free haircuts. And I was so disgusted. I was so hurt. I ain't want to tell the kids, nah, nigga, we ain't cutting, nah, y'all can't get no haircut. I wasn't going to do that. But I remember reaching out to that pastor to no avail. I didn't get an email back. I didn't get a phone call back. And I was very professional on my email. I just reached out and I just wanted an explanation and I just wanted to get some understanding. Because like I told him, I've reached out to you on several different events that we do within the community. And I would love nothing less than for you guys to participate, to be a part of it. But
Justin, let's do some math right quick. And since since people want to be thinking I'm capping my game, y'all talking about cavalry. Well, I ain't gonna know what that is. Hey, I only know all the Dallas Turkeys. So TJ in South and Oak Cliff Fellowship. That's all I'm gonna know.
I'll make sure to reach out to you so you'll know who I'm talking about.
Hold on. So check this out, and I'm reading this, right? Now let's just do, okay, now Lakewood Church is in Houston, Texas, one of the biggest churches out there, right? Right? Especially, exactly, right? Right. Hold on. So look at this, right? They said right here, and this is on foxbusiness.com. The report shows, why they hit me with an ad? The report shows that the mega church received a total of 78.7 million contributions, and after its 90.6 million budget, Lakewood Church had 58 million in net assets at the end of the fiscal year. Now, I'm a smart dude. Let's say so what people agree, maybe one of the biggest churches out here in Dallas is maybe the Porterhouse, maybe, or iBox been along for a long time, right?
Right.
Let's just do simple math. Let's divide a little bit this up, and actually I done spilled my drink a little bit. Hold on, right quick, y'all. Hey, because I'm full on that math, so hey, I may be intoxicated a little bit, but don't. So 78. All right, just a quick little math I did. Basically, the mega churches in the Dallas area, they're not maybe getting 59 million in assets. They probably about, if I had to just guesstimate, anywhere from around maybe 12, maybe 8 to around 20 million in assets alone. That means that stuff you've already paid after taxes, after you paid, whatever bill the churches. That's how much money you have for the community. Where does that money go? The average pastor of a mega church, do you know how much they make? I Googled this shit. They made $3.1 million per year. But you're telling me we're struggling out here just to get, hold on. Why is your community struggling, but you're thriving? Now, before people get so what, you want him to be broke like your broke ass? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you have all this money. The community helped you get there. So damn it, help them get back up. If somebody needs a place to stay or whatever, a church can hold a lot of people. Matter of fact, let's just go off the Lakewood Church in Houston. They have a total seats. They have over 3,000 seating areas, which means the square footage is a lot, which means they have literally 50 plus rooms. They can house certain people. This is what I'm talking about when I'm saying the community and some churches or some people not getting back. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all see how Justin tried to ask the mega church, or let's not say mega church, a really big church in his area for help. Look what he got. Oh, that's a great idea, dog. Hey, we'll hit you up, JB. I'm sorry, JC. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we'll hit you. Hey, we'll see what's up. They ain't hit you back. Look how it was the local church that did more for you. Which yeah. I'm not trying to. Which I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the with the lesser known church getting. There's nothing wrong with that. But right, you see how these mega churches they get all the praise, they get all the funding, they get all the money. But when it comes to helping their own people, they're not there. And I had to look it up. Porterhouse was not available. iBox was semi-available, which I'll give them credit, but Porterhouse was not available. And shit, Porterhouse is up there. It's technically in Grand Prairie, But it's in Dallas, but it's technically Grand Prairie is one of them weird Tarrant County / Dallas County areas. But just simple, you see what I'm saying? While I'm saying they're not trying to help the community like they think you are. And then when they come on Sunday, guess what you gonna hear? Hey, it was a long week. God is good. And then you're gonna have God is good. Meanwhile, your ass is freeze your ass off. That church, hey, TD Jake all the way up there in Frisco, Plano, wherever the hell he lives, and he out there big chilling, smoking his cigar, probably talking to Tyler Perry about his next movie and play and shit. Pastor Ricky G. Rush probably somewhere. I don't know if he's even still the pastor. Miss Walker can let us know. I don't even that's who the pastor. Whenever I was going, that's just the well-known pastor. It's Pastor Ricky G. Rush. If you don't know Pastor Ricky G. Rush, you ain't from Dallas. You ain't from you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like that's just ridiculous.
I always felt like, and this is the thing, because it's such a, although people say they're not, sensitive or not, opposed to the topic, it's always been something to me that is a sensitive topic. Because I have pastors in my family that I know for a fact, or reverends, whatever, men of God, women of God in my family that I know for a fact that they go the extra mile. They look out. And
right.
That's a testament to upbringing as well as the love that they have for Christ. They let it be shown to the world. And I can totally say that, out here, and actually, when I say out here, meaning in Roy City, one of my partners during the last ice storm, he lost power, and he was in the group chat, and Pastor Dawkins said, "Hey, my church ain't lost power. If you need to go to my church, you take you and your family to my church. I'll make sure to get you in."
Your cousin or like Ivan?
No, not Ivan. He ain't a pastor.
I was about to say, man, Ivan tweaking.
Nah. It's another cousin of ours, and the fact that he put it out there, man, like that just meant everything to me. It just spoke volumes to me, because it's like, here it is. He don't even know dude. He ain't never met dude, but he was just like, so like, hey, my church ain't lost power as far as I know of. I'll make sure to get you in if you and your family need a place to go. And it's like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what's needed within it. It's crazy because churches mean so much to the Black community.
They really do. You know that you said
everything.
Hey, I'm sorry to cut off. I
now we got to make sure read me a comment, man, because that was everything.
I see what you're saying about churches. I've seen it both ways. Churches not helping not helping, and pastors going in their pockets to help. I think we're missing are the people that can connect the churches to the community. Churches are truly needed in a pillars community. Yeah. So no, that's facts. No, yeah, I'm not saying we don't need churches. I'm just saying I'm like, all I was just saying is that just you have churches with bad intentions. Well, not bad intentions. I'm sorry. They just don't have intentions helping your Black ass, your broke ass. They're not, they don't have no intentions but serving themselves. And that's something I cannot go for. So, so people, they always, and it's funny because all these churches, when things are going good, we got a food, which is okay. I'm not complaining. They say, we got a food drive. We going to have the cheerleading squad. We have a basketball youth track team or some shit, right? But when it get real, you just like in last year when it was snowing and it iced and it stormed and people was losing power, that's what I was saying. Where are these mega churches at? Joel Osteen ain't open his he ain't open his church. You know what? Walker said Ibach did. I'll take your word for it, but I swear when I went past there, I was just, when I was on my hunt for some chicken, that damn thing was closed. I know what you call it. Porterhouse was closed. That Fellowship Church there, I think that that fellowship. It's out in it's next to it's on Wheatland. I think that's that big church I'm talking about, like Fellowship Church or something like that. They were closed, so that's why I was like, where are all these people? And that's what politicians do. That's what all these people in power, they want. Like you get so caught up in the movement. You see what I'm saying? So you get caught up in the movement, and then what ends up happens is, you start losing sight of your surroundings. But the bigger picture is you want something done for you first, then America. But that's what's, but go ahead.
But that's what I love what Mika said in her comment about there seems to be a missing link. There seems to be a disconnect. So even with politicians, even with, elected officials, there's a disconnect. So
there is.
I think with us, especially as young Black men and women, be that connection then. I challenge you to be that connection. I'm challenging myself every day to be that connection. Let me figure out, hey, how can I get you to come to this neighborhood? Or how can I get you to get in front of this crowd of people so you can get a better understanding of what's missing, a better understanding of what's going on? The same thing as far as policing our neighborhoods. Like, let's get somebody in there. Let's get somebody that steps up and says, you know what? I'll be the bad guy, or I'll be the guy to take that chance and go have that conversation to try to make a difference. It's too often that we don't want to be the people to make a difference. We just want to complain about stuff instead of getting up, making a difference. So instead of complaining about a road or complaining about, the police this, police that, hey, you know what? Like, I don't know who, it was on one podcast me and you did, and somebody said that, like, when they were younger, the police would stop through the neighborhood and shoot the basketball with them or throw the football with them. Give them a sticker. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get back to that because it's too often, especially in the Black community, that we're teaching our kids, you see the police, you get away. When you see the police, you stay away. And that's the furthest from the truth because now they're looking at us like, yo, if you're running or you're trying to hurry up and get away from me, then you must be up to no good. So that's my thing. I want to issue that challenge to us as young Black people to be that connection. Get with your local official, get with your city councilmen, get with your mayors, get with your police chiefs. Be that voice for your community and make sure you be the change that you want to see happen in your community. And that's why I got tired because I was like, yo, I'm not going to just sit around and sit on my ass and not do nothing about it. Because if I am, I'm no better than them. I'm no better than the people that are putting themselves in a position to get harmed or the people that's causing the harm. It's just you see somebody, if you go out in the store today and you see a woman getting abused, you ain't gonna just sit there and be like, oh, well, that's on her. You gonna, hey, dude, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Something simple. It ain't necessarily, I'm finna go put hands on dude. Hey, dog, chill out. Don't do that here. You know what I'm saying? Whatever y'all do behind closed doors, that's on y'all. But in front of me, and that's where we have to start pushing each other too. In front of each other, man, we got to hold each other accountable as men. We have to.
And you know what's crazy? And I'll say this, what's crazy is we make fun of white people when they be doing their little community, them little community little joints, like where they be like what you call that shit? The like little neighbor patrol or some shit that.
Watch.
That old neighborhood watch, man. We be calling that shit lame. We be like, man, y'all lame as hell having all that. No, them white people give a fuck about their community. They care about their community. That's why they're policing themselves. Hey, when some stuff go wrong with white people, they, nope, not here, buddy. But when it's us, you know what? When somebody doing some off the wall shit, Hey man, that ain't me. Like we cower away almost. We just don't. We're not there. And
So
it's
let
funny
me
because
hold on.
yeah. Go ahead.
Let me help you with that, brother. The organization that you and I both love, that you and I both have admired for years. Your grandparents were part of that organization. What
Yep.
organization was that?
Black Panthers.
So bingo. So let me get you right here, right? So this is what the Black Panther originated. This is how they originated. They were policing. They were the original neighborhood watch. They were policing themselves and watching out for each other because the police brutality was so off the chain and so bad that they policed and watched out for each other. And that's what I'm saying. When you're absolutely right. We get that all the time within our community. That's lame. What you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Like, no, you really don't understand that this is what you come from. These are people that died trying to look out and protect their community. And if you ain't willing to do that, then what are you? You know what I'm saying? As a man, that's how I feel, because I want to make sure my community's straight for that little boy in there that I'm raising, and for that other little boy that come over here, and for the other two kids that's here as well. I want to make sure the community's straight for them, so they ain't got to experience things that we had to experience. They ain't got to go through things or see things that me and you may have saw. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where it's at. So when you think of that, like, I don't like this gonna sound crazy.
You good, bro?
I like to give Black people deserve more credit than what we're giving ourselves and what we give each other, because there's nothing new that's done under the sun. We originated neighborhood policing. We originated the neighborhood watch. So when you think of that, I don't want us saying, oh, that's what white people do. No, player, that's what we do. That's how we made sure that in Oakland back in the 60s, that when King died and stuff and the police were just running rapid. Nah, hell no, you ain't coming in here. If you touch one of ours, you better have probable cause or a good reason to do something. Like, that's where it's at. Now, neighborhood watching, being a Karen or just, complaining about stupid stuff, that's one thing. But when you're doing something that's actually bringing positivity or uplifting or helping the community rise and thrive, I kudos to you all day. And I would love to know your ideas of how can I implement that within my own community. So everything that I do out in Garland, I'm looking at that myself like, great, okay, I see how this works. Guess what I'm doing now? I'm implementing that out here in Roy City. That's all I'm doing. All I'm doing is implementing everything that I learned out there. I'm implementing it out here. And so when I talk to those city councilmen, all I do is basically, hey, you know anybody out in Roy City, city councilman, mayor, whatever, put in a word for me, because I'm on their neck too.
You know what? It's truly that simple. And, that's why I'm saying, with the community and asking, and this is like a last thing I wanted to ask. Why should people?
I'll make sure I get it.
No, you good. That's right. It sounds so simple. It's change start with. Exactly. But I was going to say,
we sure did. We originated
hey, Lee, you ain't speaking number facts, baby.
Because I just told one of my coworkers that's at work, and I go to work every Wednesday. I'm in the office. So I told her straight up, and she's Caucasian, but we get along great. I don't have no problems with her, nothing, none of that. I told her straight up, American culture is Black culture. You have no, as much as we like to say, well, they took our language, they took our religion, whatever, guess what we did? We took that shit and made it our own. When you look at food, when you look at the way they dress, when you look at the way they talk, when you look at everything that they try to do, it's imitating and emulating us as a people. And we have to wear that as a badge of honor. So I love hearing that. I love seeing it because it's like great. When I'm in Highland Park and I see them white kids with daddy bought them a nice Jeep or a nice Lexus, they ain't listening to country music in there. They listening to straight hip hop.
Right, right. You know what I'm saying? We you know we.
Keep going, keep going.
That's another topic. Oh no, it is, but
Yeah.
but that's what I was gonna say. But I was gonna say, gentlemen, I need to on my phone charge so I can be caked up like this. I love it. Girl, who you getting caked up with? Hey man, who you getting caked up with, dog? Big dog?
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
baby.
yeah.
Nah, but but
I love
seriously,
that. Check out Alicia Lily.
I love.
That's her nickname.
Yo,
You didn't even know that. That's her nickname.
hey man, I'm part of the family, dog. I'm a caraway at heart. I'm a caraway at heart. But no, but son, don't even look at that, son. You can't have that. But I was gonna ask, hey, for people, why should people care about the community? Because I do hear a lot of people saying like, oh, like, well, community ain't did shit for me. Why should I really care what they. So why should they care, Justin?
Number one, if your community ain't doing nothing for you, you gotta ask yourself, what are you doing for your community?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, like I said it earlier, your community, your your neighborhood, your hood, whatever you want to call it, that has such a huge impact on your life, regardless if you want to recognize it or not. It has an impact on your life. It impacts how you carry yourself. It impacts how you articulate yourself. It impacts how you view things. So
Mm-hmm.
you can only view things from your own experience. That's like, you moving to Garland, CJ, like you said, when you were in school, you looked at Garland like, what? It ain't nothing but a whole bunch of white folks out there, right?
Facts. I ain't know.
Like,
I ain't
exactly.
know.
So that's like me moving to Lancaster. I'm not gonna understand that culture right off bat as far as like
Right.
the politics of how things get down in Lancaster. I'm not gonna understand it. So if you went to Garland, it would be the same thing with you. You wouldn't understand it, but you'll learn to understand it. And then when you take that on, guess what? You embrace it and it carries with you forever. So for those that say, well, my community didn't do nothing for me, well, what are you doing to change that? What are you doing to
Mm.
fix that? Because there's another generation that's coming up after you that needs an example to look at. There's another generation coming up after you that needs a better understanding of the do's and don'ts. And hey, how did you get away from the community? How did you
Mm-hmm.
put yourself in a different position? Like, we got to start teaching each other that. And you know what breaks my heart? And we're going to hurry up and end it too. But what
Go ahead.
breaks
You got
my heart was I was having a conversation with my coworker. Her son plays flag football out in Highland Park, right?
it. Mm-hmm.
Guess who's at their game every time they have a game? They have Dallas Cowboys out there. Not no bench warmers. They had Ezekiel Elliott out there. They had Prescott out there. I mean, big time starters. And they're going to white flag football games. And I'm like, yo,
Mm.
if they would go to Dallas, if they would go to Lancaster, DeSoto, Duncanville, hell, Garland, Richardson, Plano, if they would go within the DF.
Hey, hold on, time out, time out. Hey, you see my man following the drink, brother? You can't. Hey, you trying to reach for it? Nah, dog. Hey, not on being street nigga. I get my ass kicked off here, man. Nah, you good? But go ahead, go ahead, go
No,
ahead.
but if you think about the impact that has on a child life that comes from an environment, they'll never be able to go see a Cowboy football game as a kid, but they look at them as their heroes. Imagine what
Right.
that does for them. And I mean, I promise you, CJ, she sent me a picture and I told her straight up, I was like, they in the wrong community. They in
They
the
are.
wrong area. They ain't tripping. They ain't excited to see Dak or Zeke. They just looking at it like, oh, okay, cool.
They in a safe neighborhood because they know
cool.
if they go to one of our neighborhoods, they know which they get treated like a celebrity. They'd be like, "Oh shit, Zeke, man, you know this, that, and the third." But hey, that kills me though. Yeah, so they go to the
that's what security for, or that's why you put in that phone call to say, "Hey, I'm gonna make sure that I stop by this football game. Y'all make sure y'all got the area, like semi-safe for me, so when I come, I can take pictures with the kids, whatever the case may be." Like, dog, when I tell you that really had me like, man, I just got home and I just sat down and I was like, wow, man, like this to me is just, like what are we as black people? And I blame, I don't want to say I blame them because I know that they're told to do that. I know they're told
of course.
To make appearances, but it does sort of like, yo, man, like I ain't good with that. Like, real talk. Like, look at this, dog. That's the picture she sent.
Shit. Hold on.
Yeah.
He got all the damn thing.
And I ain't trying to, I'm not trying to do that. I ain't doing that to bash her. But what?
That's Zeke right there?
Yeah, that's Zeke. What black kids you see out there? Oh, let me get back in there.
Well, I see nothing but Zeke out there, man.
They
so white, dog, man. They blend in with the damn, you know what I'm saying? They blend in.
It just, man, I was just like, wow, man, you gotta be kidding me. Like, you gotta be kidding me. And that's all I could tell her. Like, you don't really understand. Like, your son don't really get it. He don't understand how fortunate and blessed he is, because if there was a black kid in a urban community or a low income community, man, that would have made his whole month. That would have meant everything to him. And the fact that they sign in the back of their t-shirts and stuff, come on, man. That's why I get pissed off. That's why I'm like, we got to start looking out for us. We got to start doing for us. And it's going to start simple. It'll start with me and you. It'll start simple just by having those conversations. And it really broke my heart to see that. I was happy for her son, but at the same time, I'm like, it's Highland Park. This means a lot to them. And they don't appreciate that. Like, he out there every time. I mean, he was legit coming back, flying in the next day, showing up to their football games. I'm like, wow, you gotta, like, what are we doing?
Bro, they live all the way out there in like Gaylord. Man, hey, they all out there in Frisco. Frisco.
It don't matter.
Frisco. Yeah, they out there in Gaylord, Frisco, where it's, yes, you are, brother. Hey, you should comment about my name. Hey, man, come on. Hey, man, it's all love around here, dog.
Yeah, but that to me, dog, it just meant like, what can I do? And that's how I look at it. Like, what can I do to really change that narrative? Because it's too often that kids, especially kids, and they know this. Them being professional athletes, they know this. It's too often.
Of course they know that.
They know that those kids in those lower income areas, they dream is to be where they at. They dream is, hey, how can I be the next Dak? Or how can I be the next Zeke? Or how can I, get myself out of a situation to get myself to college? Like, it ain't too many black kids that I know that knew about academic scholarships.
Right.
That's real. We all knew athletic scholarships because that's what but that to me was just like an eye opener, and it really just got me to thinking like, yo, because I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna do it, but once I build those connections, I'm gonna be the one to lead that. I'm gonna be the one to put charge of that. Like, nah, hell no, you ain't going to Highland Park. You bringing your ass to DeSoto. You going out? Yeah. You may have to make sure security's straight, but hey, it's gonna be straight because you're here for the kids, and everybody knows that. Everybody gonna see that, and you gonna have more black supporters. You gonna have more black people wanting to see you do well and thrive because you took time out to see their child play. You took time out to give their kid a hug or to take a photo or sign a shirt. And legit, it ain't take you no time. Like, nah, man, we gotta step up and make that happen. Cause I want our kids to be able to experience that. And that's all I kept thinking was, damn, my son probably won't have that opportunity, but I'm gonna make sure I bust my ass to try to give it to him. But at the same time, I want him to realize and understand that they should be coming to you because they know where the talent coming from. It ain't coming from Highland Park. Half of those kids you saw on that photo won't even play high school football.
Facts.
So now we're gonna go ahead and wrap up though, man. I'm mad I didn't play my video, so let's go ahead and get our final thoughts in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so do you got any final comments or anything like that? Before we get our final thoughts in. Got any final any comment?
Yeah, my final thought, and I'll just start it off. My final thought is as far as like I said earlier, challenge. I'm asking for everybody watching this podcast or everybody that's gonna watch it here later or whatever the case may be, or you may hear this podcast. I'm asking you to challenge yourself to better your community. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Whether it's at church, whether it's within the government, the local politicians, whether it's within your school district, your school boards, I'm asking us to start challenging ourselves and pushing ourselves to better the communities. It's on you now, CJ. You over there?
I see my son. Hey, I'm son out here smiling and stuff. Hey, do y'all? Is there anything in the comment section before I wrap it up?
We good. We good.
All right, bet. I would just tell everybody to get more involved in your community. Know who your district leaders, know who your mayors is, know who's going to be your county sheriff. Just know them simple things. Hell, know what district you in. You know what I'm saying? Just know the basics and try to make a difference in your community. Excuse me, if you have really like a problem with how things are going, because it doesn't do you no good just to complain and just accept it. No, you can make a change. Definitely do. I mean, hell, look at me. I constantly email DPD about certain things, but just seriously, like I want to do the same thing. I just challenge everybody. If you want to make a change, make that change. It's nothing but an email, a DM. You message your leaders, and if they don't respond, you keep doing it. Eventually, they will respond, and you just keep going. Hold on, right quick, Caden. Is there anything you gotta say? Well, you can say something if you want to speak. You can speak now.
Caden said, "Nah, not today, Pops.
Not today? All right, then, Caden, I guess. Okay, we'll call that a wrap. We'll call that a wrap today, Caden.
Already, man. With that being said, man, we appreciate y'all joining. We appreciate the comments. Ms. Walker, I did send you over a message on the events that we will be hosting in Garland. I pray and hope that you can attend and come out and be ready to have a good time. But also, if you got anything you want to share, feel free to reach out to me. Definitely going to have you on. And I'm thinking about CJ bringing a matter of fact, I'm going to get with you because I know somebody that'll be perfect for the conversation. But we're going to get
all right, say less. Say less, brother.
That being said, we out. Appreciate y'all.
Bye.